Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome over to the 15th race of the Dascar Cup Series season number 9 2017 here on Zero Sports. We are here back at the Irwindale Speedway for what will be the main race of this week. Of course, after already 3 very great races and also the support series, we are back finally for the main race. First, let's go to the starting grid. And with that, we continue with the introduction for this race. So just to let you know, 15%, 90 laps around this racetrack it will be. And of course, it's been a while since we did the sprint race. Well, 1 week, of course. Normally we do the main race in the weekend instead of on Monday. Most of you probably already know it. I had surgery last Wednesday, and I am still recovering from it, which means that I'm not 100%. Surgery went well, just was already awake after 2 hours I went under full, I'm not sure how you call it, but I was at home again that same day, so after just had to recover for a couple of, for days, and I'm still currently recovering, so still not 100%. So I will not be as energetic as usually. Just didn't want to wait for too much longer, and I still have to try to see what I can do. So therefore, I'm doing this race now. So, if you still have any questions, let me know about the surgery and stuff. So, probably next race I will be much better already. So it's just that I have still some pain. I have 3 big wounds in my belly, and I have still pain in my underbelly. So not too bad, not as bad as it was the past few days. It's ever since the past 2 days it's been much better for me, so that's fine. So let's focus back on the previous race. Of course, we had a great sprint race over here with craziness on the cautions though, which was not as great. Everybody just waiting and all that kind of stuff, and cars getting pulled on pit roads, but still it was a great race, much passing also up front, and overall I thought that it was a fantastic race. So hopefully we'll get another one of those races over here, and of course this is going to be twice the distance, so that's going to be tricky. There were many cautions, so we'll see if we are going to have the same amount of cautions, hopefully some more green flag racing. In that, I said that I first wanted to see how the KLM series race over here and the Dascar Regional Pro Cup series race was, the 2 support series of course. And I'm going to sit down a little bit more. Eventually, looking at how the cautions went in those series. However, there were no cautions in those races, so I don't really have anything else about it. But focusing on those support races, of course, KLM Series and the Dascar Regional Pro Cup Series both had great races, 25 laps, and surprisingly, both had 2 drivers get their first win in their first starts. So it was in the KLM Series, spoilers coming, Henry Williams who won the race in his first start, indeed, in the series. And in the Dascar Regional Pro Cup Series, it was Eric Monaco who moved up from the KLM Series, winning his first start as well. So That was quite incredible. So we'll see how that will play out in this race. The sprint race was won by Daniel Voiles in 81, which was not his first start, but it was his first victory. So great to see him finally get in victory lane in the Phillips Cup Series. And of course, we're going to see if we can get another first time winner in this race, and maybe even somebody, well, in just his second start. And he's looking at the number 70 car of Grayson Acavito over there, who's starting in second place. So we're going to see how it will play out in this race. Still, gotta say, the number 91 car is driven by Tord Larsen, who indeed is doing double duty. I'm not sure how he did in the Dascar Regional Pro Cup Series though, but his first start didn't go. Well, let's see. Oh, he finished in the 13th position, so it was pretty cool, pretty great for him in his first ever start. Just to mention that team owner Angel Navarro, he said he's going to get back in the next sprint race. Not sure if he means then the next race, or as in, just to let you know, the next race will be at Volusia and there will be no sprint race in that deal. So Volusia will be a little bit different because there will be some qualifying races instead of sprint race, and I think there will be only 36 starters in that race. So let me know if Angel Navarro is going to be back in that race or the race afterwards at Columbia, which will be a sprint race. So at least for amount of points, still all the amount of points that Tord Larsen can go to Angel Navarro, also if he replaces Angel Navarro in the Volusia race as well. So that said, there were a couple of drivers who used tokens and D-tokens in the Irwindale sprint race, the previous race, and actually it seems like looking at those tokens, it didn't really have that big of an effect on the drivers, except for that still Daniel Voiles with a token used won the race. So initially, well, looking at the overall race didn't really have an effect, but looking at the finish, is still the one of the drivers that used a token won the race. D tokens, well, not too great for those drivers, so it does have a little bit of an effect, but not too big. This race, it is the O2 car of Bruno's Liljan who used a token, and she's starting in the 11th position. So no D tokens used and nobody else using tokens. So that's, well, pretty strange. Not very. That's not very common that only one driver uses a token or D token. So there was one driver also who got a penalty, a time penalty, in the previous race, and that was 45 Pri McShane. She got a time penalty for causing 2 incidents, and eventually she only lost 1 position, so not too bad for her. She is still under review, as in she still has a warning. So if she causes a crash in this race, she can get another penalty, which could even be more severe. So depends a little bit on everything. So we'll see how that will play out for her. Other drivers that are have a warning are the 24 of Grayson Acavito, the 24 of Giancarlo Robles, another G, the 18 of Anna Gregg, the 04 Joshua Michaels, and the 83 car of Max Anderson. Then we go to the pole sitter over here, Keith Lack, of course, starting on pole in the sprint race as well. That's also not very common, starting on the pole in both races. Didn't really end up very well in that race, so we'll see how it will play out this race. Looking at the point standings, we currently have Philip Goldberg in the points lead with 460 points, but only 8 points in front of Denise Steinauer, who has a victory. So that's not too big of points lead. Aiden Thomas currently in 3rd, and Anna Gregg is in 4th. Then in 5th we got Giancarlo Robles with 1 victory. 6th is Pri McShane. 7th we got Chris Gomez with 2 victories. 8th is Daniel Voiles, and 9th is with the victory now, of course. 9th is Alexander Rowe, and 10th is Rode Goldberg with the victory. Also victories for Debbie Myers, who's in 11th, Max Anderson, who's in 17th, Jane Pinter in 19th, Chris Dunn in 20th, and Bruce Lilchan in 22nd. Means we got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 drivers with a victory. So yeah, still those drivers who are a little bit further back with the victory, they have to win another time to make it in the chase. And of course, Chris Gomez, he is pretty much locked in the chase. We also have this is something which I completely forgot actually, which I just popped in my mind. There are of course 16 drivers going to entering the chase, but with the victory, that is of course, or multiple victories now. But one other spot is going to be secured, and that is the winner of the All-Star event. So that means that pretty much everybody else, of the others, there are 15 drivers, so the 15 best drivers with the victory, and not 16, who get in the chase, because of course that one driver is from the All-Star race winner. Remember the comment deadline? Of course, everybody, were quite a lot of drivers who already commented in the sprint race, so that's cool. If you comment in this race now, to all of those who have commented, you're fine till the end of the season. So that's cool. And if you haven't already, please comment on the previous race, sprint race, or this one, or any other races. So before the comment deadline, which will be after race number 25. So there was quite a while. So to go, that is. Let's get this race started. Man, I gotta say, it takes quite a lot of energy, so I may have to take a break halfway home. So, well, depends a little bit on the situation and how the race is going to progress. You might hear it, of course, in my voice as well. My voice has been screwed up ever since surgery. I don't know why, but oh well. We'll see how it will play out. We got the 41 car of Keith Black up front, with on his outside the number 70 car of Grayson Acavito. Ladies and gentlemen, coming out of turn number 4, we're gonna get green flag racing over here at Irwindale for the main race. And indeed, as expected, the outside lane progresses. So that means that the 70 car from Grayson Acavito will take over the lead, as we got some 3 wide for second now. Watch that 32 Chris Dodd, who finished second in the sprint race, drive all the way around side from I don't know what position to the lead. Great move by Chris Dodd in the 32. Coming out of turn number 4. Crossing the line. And that is the lead for the number 32 car. We know that he's strong. And of course he knows that he needs to have another victory as well to lock himself into the chase. So far so good. Here comes the number 222 of Alexander Rowe as the yellow is out. The first caution of today. And the 70 and 22 car going to... Yeah, now of course everybody's going to slow down. What happened? Oh, there are 2 drivers involved. Oh, we got a stack up over here. Oh, many cars turn around. In turn number 1 entry. Seems like they all sorted out, but... The initial crash was, I think, with the number 77 car of Denise Steiner and the 43 car of Betty Johnson. Now they're all sorting themselves out. And I'm not sure if there were more involved. We see some more damaged cars over here, but I'm not sure if that is due to the stacking under caution or due to the initial crash, which brought out the caution. So, one thing is for sure, the 32 car of Chris Dodd is your leader. We're gonna take you to the replays caution number 1. The first caution of today, and this one happened on the backstretch, like pretty much most of the other cautions in the sprint race as well. It was the 43 car of Betty Johnson who's going to turn around Tord Larson, number 91 car. And that will spin the 91 right in front of pretty much everybody else. By the way, I have painted the second car for you. So that's of course is for Angel Navarro / Tord Larson. And Betty Johnson gets hit by the 77 of Denise Steinauer, who gets hit then by the 05 car of Audrey Baranowskis. So 4 cars going around. Pretty much the worst I think will be for... I don't know, actually. I think Tord Larson's damage is not too big. For the 05 car it could be. I think that the 70 and the 43 car at least have the biggest amount of damage. So let's take another look at this. A little bit too aggressive on the part of the 43 car. And 1-2 hits. And there we got 2 cars going, well, 3 cars pretty much going around. Now what happened over here? That's just the second thing. You already see some smoke. It was the 33 car who got turned around by the 08 car of Devon Roberts, and that will spin the 30 car straight in front of the field. There gets hit by Prunes, Lil Jon, token use of course, and pretty much everybody else stacks into DJ Kirk. We see Devon Roberts then. We see somebody else, Zero car may have had a piece of it, and pretty much everybody else behind here stacks into it. There goes the 05 car, bang into Anna Gregg. The 59 car is also backwards. So pretty much one car getting turned around in front of the field and everybody else just stacking into it. So let's get another look at this. Oh no, wrong. 08 car of Devon Roberts causing this all. Coming out of turn number 4. And we've seen this in a sprint race happen before as well. Big stack up. Luckily not too much damage for any of these guys, so that's good. At least that's what I think. Not too sure about that 05 car though. Ooh. Oh, the 05 car is okay. Then got ran into by the 43 car of Betty Johnson. I think the 05 car will on pit road later. Now has some more damage, so in the 43 car as well. So at least one thing is for sure. This is your leader, Chris Dodd, and we're gonna get you to the green flag once again. Lights are out on a pace car. That means we got one to go before we go green flag racing once again. Chris Dodd is your leader with in second place Grayson Acavito in the number 70 car. In third we got the 222 of Alexander Rowe. Fourth is the 54 car of Robert Goldberg, who also has a new scheme, and I will get to that in a couple of moments. Fifth we got the number 52 car of Cody Smart. Sixth is the 06 of William Brock. Seventh is Keith Black, who at least is happy that he survived lap number 1. 8th we got the number 83 car of Max Anderson. 9th is Betty Johnson, and 10th is the 45 car. So one car is a lap down, nobody out the race. That means that's of course the car that's a lap down. Aldebaran Nascus is in last position. Look at that number 222 car go, and the 05 car pulls on pit road. Smart move though, probably that's going to happen many more times this race, as the 222 car power moves around the outside. It's very strange to see that outside lane so fast, also mentioned by John Ciudadino in the Dascar Regional Pro Cup Series race. This is pretty much the only track where I know that the outside lane is the way to go around, so at least makes it fun, passing around the outside. Robert Goldberg, now time to talk about his car. He, of course, his sponsor is the M&M Crispy. And the funny thing is, this is a car that Kyle Busch won championship with in 2015, and M&M Crispy was his sponsor. However, M&M Crispy, also sold over here in the Netherlands, is sold in a blue bag instead of green. I'm not sure where the green comes from, but over here it's blue, so not sure how it is in the States, but that's why I decided to also make a blue version. So both versions are now for the 54 car. Maybe I'm going to make a yellow version as well, but not sure about that. Maybe will come later. So different secondary paint scheme for the 54 car as well. And they will probably be raced somewhere in the next few races. As of indeed, pretty much talking about the 54 car taking over the lead from Alexander Rowe. And we have 15 laps in the books. That means we are now 1/6 of the race in. And that camera angle is really annoying. I mean, this camera angle would have been perfect, except for those blue billboards as well. So now watch that 222 car go around the inside. Not the lane to go on this racetrack, but he may be trying it. Alexander Rowe with teammate Max Anderson, by the way, right behind him. So the two, I'm not sure, Thunder Racing cars, something just popped in my head, are once again having a strong run. Both of them have been having very strong runs this season already, the two rookies, so very impressive. Now the 54 car though, still in the lead. Chris Dodd is in 4th, and in 5th is now Keith Black. The 41 car, Grayson Acavito, falling backwards a little bit as the 09 car of John Arndt works his way to the front, and the 67 car of Debbie Myers. So, still side by side they go. Now here comes the 222 car of Alexander Rowe once again. He tried it around the inside the previous time, did not work out. Let's see if he can do it around the outside, if he tries to do so. Ooh, a little bit of a block over there from the 54 car. Going to the turns number 3 and 4. And onto the front stretch. It's a very short race, but it's a lot of fun, to be honest. I really like this track, so... Except for those camera angles. Ooh, and we hear somebody crashing in the background. Oh, we got the 2 car of Aiden Thomas going around. And actually, no, it was the 41 car. Once again, the 41 of Keith Black involved in an incident. Oh, this is gonna be trouble. These guys have slowed down, and here come the leaders. Oh no. Going around the slower cars. But... Where's space car? Oh, there's space car. So, okay, so I've sorted out pretty fast. That's good. Except for here now. Now these guys, hopefully they don't crash into the back. Oh, okay, so that was pretty smooth. Good. That means we got over here the 54 car of Robert Goldberg in the lead, and we're going to take a look at the caution number 2. Pretty mean tap it was from the number 67 of Debbie Myers. What turned around the number 41 of Keith Black. Going into turn number 1, pretty much the 41 or the 67 car carrying way too much speed. Well, at least not moving to get out of the way of the 41 car. And the 2 car in the background you can see spinning pretty much in, how do you call that? I don't know. Out of respect or something. I don't know. At least 2 car also going around, not part of the incident at all. And taking another look at this. So the 67 car just pretty much drove straight over the number 41 car. A lot of damage to the 41 car, and there is some damage on Debbie Myers' car as well. So at least it's a short track, so aerodynamics don't matter too much, but you don't want to have, well, better not to have any damage at all. Now let's take a look at what happened to the number 2 car. Did he really spin around and hit the wall? Yes, he did. So, yeah, wrecking in avoidance, I guess. Slaps the wall, loses a lot of track position, but at least not too much damage on his car. So that's going to be it for caution number 2. Luckily, no stacking under caution this time. So your leader currently is the 54 car of Robert Goldberg. We're gonna take you to the green. We are back again with Robert Goldberg as your leader, Alexander Rowe in 2nd, 3rd Max Anderson, 4th Chris Dodd, 5th John Arndt, 6th William Brock, 7th Grayson Acavito, 8th Bruce Littlejohn, 9th Sonny Course, and 10th Priya McShane. Only one driver is currently a few laps down, and that's the 05 car of Audra Baron-Naskis, who's 3 laps down. Nobody out the race, and that means we still got 42 cars in competition, which is good. So, 54 car is going to bring us back to the green flag once again. Robert Goldberg, and that is. And then, of course, remember I just mentioned a few minutes ago that 02 car of Bruce Littlejohn. Keep an eye out on Bruce Littlejohn because, of course, she used a token, working her way around the outside of the 70 car in the background and going to the front. So, Keith Black, 41 car, involved in the previous incident. And I just said a few moments before that, luckily he survived lap number 1. Well, I guess he didn't survive lap number 21, so fortunately he is, with some damage, a little bit further back. So not too bad for him, luckily. Max Anderson, 83 car, of course, has a victory. Also needs another victory if he wants to lock himself into the chase. And otherwise he has to perform well. It's also possible, and he's pretty good in, well, actually he's 17th points. He was pretty good, but not anymore, so has to perform well or get a chase or get another win, and then he can lock himself in the chase. Bruce Littlejohn worked her way all the way up to 4th position already. She restarted in, what was it, 9th position or something, 8th or 9th, and now she's going around the outside of the 222 car. This car is strong. Bruce Littlejohn, working away around the side of the 83 car, who had a little moment in turn number 2. And Alexander Rowe also trying to get around the 83 car. who seems to be really struggling for some reason. And that's holding up his teammate as well. Prins Liljan now in second position, working her way to the front, where Robert Goldberg is still your leader. Now John Arndt also working his way to the front. Priya McShane had a lousy, well, pretty much terrible in her words, sprint race, but working away in the front. How many times have I said working away to the front again? I don't know. But having a good one this time, so far. 5th position, that is. Priya McShane. And Max Anderson Max Anderson, of course, still holding up the 222 car. Bruce Liljan to the rear bumper of Robert Goldberg. When is she going to make her move? It's not a matter of if, of course, it's a matter of when. Tries to go around the inside of the 54 car. That's not really a way to go. Thought for a moment we had a caution, but we didn't, luckily. 1/3 of the race is in the books already, so this time at least not nearly as many cautions in the opening phase after the race as in the sprint race, so that's good. Bruce Liljan, can she find a way around the outside or inside of the 54 car? Still the inside is blocked. Of course has to look in the mirrors as well, because Max Anderson has found some speed again and is working his way to the rear bumper of the O2 of Bruce Liljan. Priya McShane still in 5th position, but under attack of John Arndt. Here John Arndt comes around the outside of the 45 car, and Bruce Liljan makes a move around the 54 of Robert Goldberg, and that is going to work out in her favor, and therefore the O2 of Bruce Liljan takes over the lead. She has a win already at South Boston, I think it was. Yes, indeed, South Boston main race. So it seems like she's good at these short tracks. Of course, South Boston was the most recent short track we've been to. Because ever since we haven't been to any short tracks. So surprisingly, Bruce Liljan, we know that she's always strong on these short tracks, but well, playing out for her is playing out in her favor. Won the South Boston main race, and now on her way to a good finish in the Irwindale main race as well. Of course, race is far from over. We're not even halfway home yet, so much can still happen. At least she's in a big lead now, pulling away together with the 54 car. And Alexander Rowe in the 222 car finally has found some gap on the outside of the 83 car, as if it wasn't there already a long time ago. Laughing hurts, I should not do that. And look at who's also working his way in the top 5. Joseph Nesto. Going around the outside of John Arndt, as Priya McShane was already fallen back quite a long way. And Joseph Nesto also working his way around the outside of the 83 car now. That is 4th place for Joseph. Can he make it to 3rd? Started off way back in season 1 in the Phillips Cup Series, and still has no victory. The yellow is out. Okay, we got a caution, and pretty big hit I think over there in turn number 1. And it was the 59 car who was involved together with the 29, I think. So, and the 222 car is pulling on pit road. Alexander Rowe comes on pit road and everybody stopped. This is going to be carnage. Probably some guys in the back will also be pulled on pit road. For instance, that 43 car. There she goes, probably. There she went. Bad thing for her, she will start in the back now. Restart. The good thing for her is that pretty much she will be out of pit road very soon, I think. Like from my experience in sprint race. So, Prins Liljan is your leader. We're going to take you to the replays of caution number 3. So it was a pretty big one, but of course it could have been way worse for Zagor Fitzwater, who got turned around by the number 23 car over here of Victor Gonzalez. And that's of course the rookie being a little bit too aggressive. Gets turned around here once, almost slams into that pit wall, and then gets turned around another time and goes not head into the wall, but luckily rear first into the wall, spins around another time, and Zachary Fitzwater got lucky in this one. Much damage to his car. I'm not sure why the 2029 car is, by the way, that far back. It's not sure if she had a moment or just too badly damaged car. But Zachary Fitzwater got very lucky in this one, getting turned around by 23, and especially in this part, almost hitting that pit wall, and that's definitely something you don't want to hit. 33 car has some damage in this deal as well. The overall, pretty small incident for what could have been a big one. So Zachary Fitzwater definitely will not be happy with Victor Gonzalez, so that's one thing. There comes the 29 car flying in there. Now Bruno's Little John comes around, and from here on everything went wrong. Everybody starts slowing down. Pace car a little goes off of pit lane a little bit too late, and I think the biggest point is to solve this problem is to let the pace car pull out of a pit stall earlier. So 43 got pulled on pit road as the only car, and we're gonna bring you an update in a few moments to see if that 43 car will remain on the lead lap. I'm not 100% sure. And also the 222 car. Oh, did he retire? Did the 222 of Alexander Rowe retire? Oh, he did. Alexander Rowe is out of the race. Now, I have no clue what happened to him, but for some reason he pulled on pit road from third position, fourth it was. He pulled on pit road and he retired, so he's going to be the first retirement of today. That's painful. Tough break for him. I don't know what his problem is. We'll bring you update on that in a couple of moments as well. So, well, that's a shame. He had such a great run going. There's 43 car pulled on pit road and gets to drive all the way to the end of the pit lane almost. And it's over and out for Alexander Rowe. Bruce Lil Jon is your leader. We're gonna bring you back to the restart. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back again, maybe a little bit early, but we're gonna bring you an update in a couple of moments. Bruce Lil Jon, your leader, in front of the Robert Goldberg in the 54 car, then Joseph Ernesto in third position. Fourth we got the 83 of Max Anderson. Fifth is John Arndt, sixth Chris Dodd, seventh is Grace Nagavito, eighth Bree McShane, ninth Beth Black, and in 10th position William Brock as teammate of William Brock. Andre Bernask is still 3 laps down. And of course, before this, you saw that the number 222 car retired of the race. And talking about retired, it was a tire problem for Alexander Rowe, which took him out of the race, unfortunately. The 43 car is 2 laps down, so that's a tough break for Betty Johnson, who got pulled on pit road due to the craziness on the caution. And we're gonna bring you back up to speed. Green flag is out halfway home. And look at this huge gaggle for second position, or not. 54 car chose the outside lane, which is a smart move because the outside is the way to go to defend from the 62 car and possibly to attack the 02 of Bruce Lil Jon. Slower cars on the inside lane, faster cars on the outside lane. And Robert Goldberg takes over, or pretty much takes back the lead. And the power move around the outside of the 02 car. Max Anderson now in third position as Joseph Ernesto is falling back. He has to get up high quickly, otherwise he will go backwards rapidly. Grayson Acavito works his way to fourth position. Almost, and Bruce Lil Jon working the rear bumper of the 54 of Robert Goldberg. She wants that victory, she needs it. But pretty much Robert Goldberg does as well. Aggressive move from the 70 car, moving the 83 out of the way. But he's now stuck in the middle lane, and that's not where you want to be. Bruce Lil Jon working her way around the outside of the 54 car and takes back the lead again. Many lead changes in this race, which is cool. I like it. And Grayson Nacavito finally can clear the 62 car, but still fourth position. Max Anderson in the 83 car. Does he have something for Robert Goldberg? It seems like he has. Just has to find the outside lane. Priya McShane working away to the front again. And somebody we haven't talked about, Joshua Ciccoli suddenly cracking the top 10. For 3 cars, few laps down, by the way. So, Grace Nacavito going for 4th position now as Priya McShane tries to go around the inside of the Senni car, possibly actually, I think. But I'm not sure if that will work out for her. Bruce Liljon checking out. See you later, guys. On her way to what will be a big lead. 54 car, by the way, gotta say, is also much faster than the rest of the field. So, looks like the 54 car had used token, but not. On the other hand, Robert Goldberg has been strong all year long. His teammate, surprisingly, is the one who is in the points lead. So, don't know how, but Robert Goldberg, very strong race car this season. Ooh, now his second place lead over third will shrink a little bit. Until the Senni car pulls out to make a move on third. Grayson Acavito also has a strong car. The Jack Daniels Jack is back again. And watch that 43 car. Betty Johnson, she seems to have a pretty fast car. But of course 2 laps down, not the way she wanted to have this race go. And I think the 29 car is just much slower than the rest, so apparently has some damage, which is causing her some speed issues. Here comes the 83 car. Can Max Anderson pull to the outside of the number 54 car? Ooh, there he goes. Max Anderson around the outside of Robert Goldberg, and he's going to bring the 70 car of Grayson Acavito with him. Prince Liljon already has a lead now of almost 2 seconds, so that O2 car is really checking out. Now it's Max Anderson who is in second place. Ooh, actually the lead is shrinking a little bit. I thought that oh, here comes the 54 car with the crossover. Now that's new. So 54 car let the 83 car pass around the outside, makes a crossover move, and now goes around him around the outside. So great move by Robert Goldberg. Will be a little bit frustrating for the number 83 car of Max Anderson, who felt like he had the faster car, but well, apparently not. And Grayson Acavito will have to hold off the left car of the 43 car. I was very surprised that Betty Johnson is this quick. Seems like she just needed some to run up front to get really the speed of her car going again. By the way, where is the winner of the sprint race, you ask me? Of course, Daniel Voiles. Far in the back in 36th position, so it's not gonna be back-to-back for him, unfortunately. And neither for his teammate, even though Betty Johnson has such a fast race car, but she's 2 laps down, so no way she can recover from that unless she... Oh, you got a yellow. I want to say... Oh, this is trouble. Oh boy, this is carnage. How did the 51 car end up that far back? She's in 35th position, but... Oh, this is going to be a little bit chaotic. Oh, watch out. My goodness, almost running into Prune Littlejohn, but... Well, this is not going to help Betty Johnson that much, I think. On the other hand, maybe she has some more speed and she can stay with the leaders now. So... Craziness! Once again, ladies and gentlemen, caution... What is it, 4? Yeah, I think it's the fourth crash of today, so caution number 4 is Prunes Littlejohn, your leader. Let's get back to the replays. Oh boy, we have a little bit of an oh boy moment, as it was Anna Grecken, number 18 car, who's going to turn around this number 73 car of John C. Dino. This was, by the way, a pretty big incident, so we're going to take a look at what happened over here. Contact between the 18 and the 73 car, and why it's an oh boy moment. I will get to that in a couple of moments. First, let's take a look at what happened over here. Oh, and Martin Suarez runs straight into the 18 car, into the wall. I'm surprised that they both can continue the way. Sander Kors unfortunately got held up together with the 59 car of Zachary Fitzwater and the 81 of Daniel Voiles. And that's why they fell back that far. And the 29 car of Caitlin Sang, pretty much the same story. Here's Bruce Littlejohn already, so these guys slowing down. They will have to let the other guys go by, and carnage about track position continues. And at that point, Bruce Littlejohn decides to go about around everybody else as well. So a little bit of craziness over here. Now let's first get back to another time to this incident. So John Ciudino gets a tap from Anna Gregg, goes around, bang, bang, and that's a pretty much 3-car incident with a couple of cars just being held up. So not too big of a deal, except for that Anna Gregg already had a warning. And Dascar officials will look into this, and if they found her guilty of this incident, she will probably get a time penalty. So Dascar is going to look into this, and we'll hear that in a couple of moments. Most important thing, Bruce Littlejohn, now your leader. So ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get to okay, everything sorted out. We're gonna get to the green flag once again. Oh boy, I was a little bit too late. Let's go through the top 10 quickly with Bruce Littlejohn. 54 car, the 83, 70, 45, 09, 62, 19, 15 suddenly, and a 52 car is your top 10. Here we go, green flag is out, and Bruce Littlejohn leads us to the green. So Nate Norman suddenly showing his nose in the top 10, which is pretty cool. Seems like the rookies, the replacement 2 drivers had some issues in the sprint race, but all much better in the main race for them, so that's cool. Just had to get themselves around everything and working their way to the front now. They are. Nathan Norman, that is. Look at him go. 7th position, I think it is now. So that's good. Bruce Littlejohn, your leader. Here comes the 83 car of Max Anderson around the outside of the 54 car. And that is, of course, good news for the 02 car, because initially it looked like the 54 of Robert Goldberg was going to make a move on her. But not, and here goes the 83 car, but the 83 car has some pace. And around the outside, there goes the 83 car. Not yet, not yet. The 02 car had a great run going into turn number 2. Out of turn number 2. Seems like Max Anderson had a little bit of moment. We got another incident. Oh, we got a big one over here. DJ Kirker with a big incident. Bruce Littlejohn almost crashes into Jane Pinter. Oh, we got carnage back here. Oh, I'm not sure. I may have heard some drivers run into each other. Oh, here we go. Ah, man. It's craziness once again, so now hopefully nobody will run into the back markers. Or the leaders, I should say. I don't know. I guess they're all sort of ish fine. Well, I guess they're fine. So, Bruce Littlejohn in the 02 car is still your leader, and there was a close call. Max Anderson couldn't complete the pass, but at least he's now in 2nd place, so maybe he can next time by. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go to the replays of this big incident, caution number 5 it is, I guess. Okay, so first on we got the message that Anna Gregg in the 18 car got a 5-second time penalty for the incident she caused in the sprint race and the main race. The sprint race was spinning around the number 9 of Chris Gomez. Not too big of an incident, and crashing, well, spinning around the 73 car as well in this race. So 5-second time penalty, not too bad for her, but she will definitely lose some positions if she doesn't finish in the back already. So this crash was caused by Joshua Ciccoli, who apparently was sick and tired of the back marker holding him up on the inside lane. And he's going to turn around the 05 of Audrey Bernaskis. And that, well, exactly at the time William Brock got by. So this is going to be a big one, guys. Audrey Bernaskis will spin up the racetrack, and watch that 06 car, or the 6 car. Oh, bang, straight into the door of Other Baranowskis. And whammo, straight into him goes to the 9 car as the 05 car rolls on a roof. So we got the first flip of this weekend at Irwindale. Oh, and then the 81 car just comes flying in there. That, by the way, reminds me of, well, having to get well wishes to. That was also weird, but giving get well wishes to Eric Almirola, who of course drives the 43 car in the Sprint Cup Series, had a terrible accident. And I was actually watching that. I already knew that something was going to happen as I saw a screenshot post on Facebook, but I didn't know it was that bad. So apparently he has a fracture in his back, which, well, it's never good to have a fracture in your back, but compression fracture was in his T5 vertebra, if I remember correctly. So all the best wishes go out to him. And of course, breaking something like that or having a fracture like that is never good, but I've seen it before a couple of times, and luckily it will all get well pretty soon for him. I'm pretty sure of that. Just an example, Will Davison had the same thing in the V8 Supercars a few weeks back, and 2 weeks later he was already racing, though with some pain and a brace around his back. So I'm pretty sure Eric Almirola will be fine and he will be back in the car pretty soon. So, but still, best wishes go out to him. Now, once again, 05 car goes around, gets hit hard by the 6 of DJ Kirker, and goes on her roof. Pretty much everybody else just comes flying in there. 24 car we see turn around. So hard incident for the 05 car, and well, strange thing is she's still racing, so that's good news for Other Baranowskis. Let's go on board with her. So initially I thought the biggest incident was for the 6 of DJ Kirker. Well, what a hard hit, but could have been worse. Ouch. Just gets tipped over on the roof. Pretty much everybody else comes flying in there. Let's stay on board with her. There's the 6 car left out, and over and done it is for DJ Kirker, unfortunately. Second retirement of this race. And here come the leaders. Well, I didn't do it easy anyway. Oh. So it could be some damage to a couple of these guys. There's Daniel Voiles. But overall I think everybody got away with this with a scare, and alright, so that's good news for them. This is your this is your leader, Prudence Littlejohn. Finally, we're gonna get you, ladies and gentlemen, back to the green flag. We are back again. We got Prudence Littlejohn as your leader. Second place, the 83 car of Max Anderson. Third, we got Robert Goldberg. Fourth, Grayson Acavito, left car. Fifth, Joseph Nesto. Sixth, John Arndt. Seventh, Cody Smart. Eighth, Nathan Ormond. Ninth, Joshua Michaels. And 10th, Bree McShane. We got a couple of more cars now out of the race. Not only the 6 car of the Jay Kirker, but also the 05 car of, well, not surprised actually, 05 Other Baranowskis, and the 81 of Daniel Voiles, and the 9 of Chris Gomez are out. So just 37 cars left, 36 on the lead lap as the 43 car is 2 laps down. So ladies and gentlemen, we got around 14 laps to go. So sprint to the finish it is, with Prudence Littlejohn in the lead. And already shot out of a cannon is the number 54 car. Look at Robert Goldberg row around the outside. So, previous race I said that apparently the tokens didn't have too much of effect, but I'm going to take it back and say that pretty much the tokens do have quite a big effect, because Prudence Littlejohn has been leading most laps this race. Of course not dominating yet, but still she is the one to beat. And the one who's going to try it is the 54 car of Robert Goldberg and the 62 car of Joseph Nesto. Can he get his first career Phillips Cup Series win? Okay, that hurt. That's pretty amazing. John Arndt is there as well, and Nathan Ormond is there as well. Top 5 for him. Ooh, look out, guys. Of course, race is not over yet. And Robert Goldberg has gone by the 02 of Bruce Littlejohn. So 54 car is up front. Actually, it could be possible that Robert Goldberg has been leading most laps. I'm not sure. It's either one of the two. That's for sure. Joseph Ernesto. Can he go by this 02 car as well? We got just 9 laps to go. And we got the 54 car in the lead. In front of Bruce Littlejohn, Joseph Ernesto, John Arndt, and William Brock. So a couple of new faces up front. A couple of guys looking for the first career victory. Right behind a couple of guys looking for the second victory of the season. And therefore a spot in the chase. Pretty much locked in. The 4 car is also on pit lane. That's indeed Philip Goldberg, your points leader. So bad race for Philip Goldberg, while Robert Goldberg is in the lead. Here comes Joseph Ernesto around the outside of Brutus Littlejohn. Can he pull it off? 62 car. Joseph Ernesto. How amazing would this be for him if he would win this race? That would be absolutely incredible and unexpected as well. He's had a pretty lousy season so far, so here he goes around Bruce Littlejohn. Token seems to not be working near the end of the race, and here comes Joseph Ernesto around the outside of the 54 car. Has the outside lane. There he goes, creeping in front, and he has the lead. Now can he bring it home, or will the 54 car pounce back, rally back around the outside? Joseph Ernesto, can his dream of finally winning a Phillips Cup Series race become true? Just 4 more laps. Watch that 54 car though, watch that 54 car, he's fast. Now all 62 car of Joseph Ernesto is hoping for is that Prudence Littlejohn will make a move. Prudence Littlejohn in the 02 sees a victory go up in smoke with just 2 more laps to go. Now all she can be is best friend of Joseph Ernesto, who brings the 54 car to his inside. That could have been a smart move. Can Robert Goldberg do something? We're gonna have 1 more lap to go for Joseph Ernesto. And holding up the 54 car. Oh, this must be very tense for him. But I don't think it's gonna work out for Robert Goldberg. Here comes Bruce Littlejohn around the outside. But it's gonna be Joseph Ernesto. Dream coming true. Winning a Phillips Cup Series race after 9 seasons. That is incredible. Teammates Best and Nice have won multiple races. Teammate Zachary, who was it? I don't even know the name. Zachary Brown winning multiple races. I don't know how many teammates he's had. All have won races except for himself. Until now. Oh man. The 48 car ran into the pit wall. We got carnage all around. But here we have officially. This is fairy tale stuff. There's only one driver from Phillips Cup Series Season 1 who's still in the series. A couple of them have been in very long, like Sean Howell, Inge Lamborghini. She was the last one to be in together with Joseph Ernesto, and she quit early at the end of last season after 3 championships. Keith Batson. Anna Gregg has been in very long, but not from Season 1 onwards. Just like Jane Pinter, John Ciudadino, and of all those drivers, the only one to have never won the Phillips Cup Series race was Joseph Ernesto. This is absolutely incredible. Wow, I'm speechless. That's awesome. Joseph Ernesto finally winning a Phillips Cup Series race. And I'm doubting a little bit. Maybe I missed his first win, but I don't think he has ever won. I don't think Joseph Nessa has ever won a Phillips Cup Series race until now. That is absolutely incredible. I'm pretty sure the whole Dascar community wishes him well and wishes him this victory. So, absolutely, this is great. Awesome. Love it. And of course, still, Robert Goldberg, Bruce Littlejohn, they were both dominating this race. And, I'm pretty sure they will be disappointed, though, I'm pretty sure team owner John Ciudadino will definitely say, well, fortunately, Bruce Littlejohn didn't make the token work, didn't win the second race of the season, but I'm really glad for Joseph Nessa and Robert Goldberg. I don't know, but his second victory will come. He has been very strong all season long with his teammate Philip Goldberg, so pretty sure they'll be fine. So just came up short. And then we got a couple of rookies, William Brock and John Arndt, in 4th and 5th place. So impressive job by those drivers, getting a top 5 finish. Henrietta Fitzwater pretty much out of nowhere finishes in 6th place. Max Anderson fell all the way back to 7th, so he will be a little bit disappointed in this deal, I think. I think he definitely had a chance to win the race. So Joshua Michaels finishing in 8th place. Yeah, working his way into top 10. I'm pretty sure he will be satisfied with that. Nathan Ormond in just his second start will be the best of the rookies. And that's quite surprising after the 70 car of Grace Nacovito, who has been up front for a long part of the race, finishing in 19th. That's tough. That's a tough deal for him. But Nathan Ormond, 9th place, good for him. And Chris Dodds, 2 top 10 finishes at Irwindale. I think he will be happy with that. So good for him. And, well, Tord Larson, getting a second top 15 finish in just his first 2 starts. So also quite an impressive job by Tord Larson. Well, maybe he is ready for the Phillips Cup Series, I don't know. But he will have to wait for the next combat deadline if he wants to be in the Phillips Cup Series. So that's cool. And looking at the drivers who are out of the race pretty much. Oh, Philip Goldberg there, 4 laps down. Benny John, 2 laps down. And Chris Gomez, ouch. That's a tough deal for those drivers. So I'm not going to show what happens after the finish, so not really too much importance. So let's take a look at the point standings, because the top 10 in points, Philip Goldberg, we already mentioned a few moments ago, no good for him. Denise Steinauer also was involved in a couple of incidents, 32nd, ouch. Number 2 car went around but still finished in 18th, so Ian Thomas, pretty good for him. Anna Gregg with, oh yeah, of course, we have something we have to look at. With her 5-second penalty, she was in 15th, and she will end up all the way. Oh, this is going to be painful for her. She will end up all the way in 32nd position due to the 5-second penalty. Ouch, that's a tough break for her. So definitely would have hoped for more. Still waiting for the first victory this season. Giancarlo Robles, 26th, not too good for her. Priya McShane started up front and ended up in 16th, so also could be a little bit disappointed for falling backwards that much. But has been pretty much in top 15 all day long. So Chris Gomez, no good for him. Daniel Voiles, no good for him. Alexander Rowe, no good for him. And Robert Goldberg, yeah, was 10th in points. He will definitely climb up the ladder and possibly even top 5 in points. So I'm pretty sure, looking at overall points, it was a good day for him. But victory just so close for him. So that was it, ladies and gentlemen, for Irwindale. I hope you enjoyed these races. We had a lot of fun at Irwindale. It's a great racetrack, so definitely going to keep this one on the calendar. And next up, we move to another new racetrack. We move to Volusia Speedway for the Mud Winter Classic, which will be a double points race once again. Yes, why? Because it's the Mud Winter Classic, which is mentioned, but well, name it the Mud Summer Classic, because it's already almost summer, so that name is a little bit outdated. Of course, with the intention to start Phillips Cup Series already in September and not in January or February it was, I think. So Mud Summer Classic at Volusia, and will be with some qualifying races and The format that will come later, I will just say we got 3 qualifying races with 14 cars. The top somewhat will move on. There will be a couple of drivers in the last chance qualifier. And then finally we'll have a field of, I think, 36 cars in the main events, which will be for points. So pretty much everybody who doesn't qualify for the main event, no points. So we'll get everything sorted out for that in the next few days. So be sure to watch that. We'll also have to do a little bit more testing there, as I forgot to write down what percentage we should have the race run. So for now, I want to thank you very much for watching. Remember to comment if you haven't already, and also if you have already, but then for the second time, thank you very much for watching. Congratulations to Jonas Vanessa for finally getting his first career Philips Cup Series win. And I'll see you next time with the Dascar Philips Cup Series Season number 9, 2017 on Ziggo Sports.